So the first presidential debate is taking place tomorrow or today, depending on when you're watching this, and it's a very significant moment in the 2024 presidential election. It's the first of two debates that are currently scheduled. We'll see if Donald Trump actually decides to participate in either. I think it's not unlikely that he backs out of both, but, a lot of people will be watching, a lot of discussion to be had. So it's a very important moment in the election, but it seems like to me and many people that Donald Trump and the Republicans are panicking. They're freaking out over how this debate is going to go. They've said that Donald Trump is such an amazing debater and that Joe Biden is so weak for years now, but it seems like they're trying to lower the expectations for Donald Trump a bit so people aren't disappointed when he gets up on that debate stage and loses and completely flails during the middle of the debate. So I have some clips to show you from Donald Trump and other Republicans kind of lowering the expectations just days before the debate. So the first clip I want to show you is Donald Trump on a podcast recently he did where he was asked about his prediction for the debate, and his answer is not quite what we've heard from Donald Trump in recent years. So take a look for yourself.
You have a prediction for the debate next week? What's going to happen?
Well, all I can say is this. I watched him with Paul Ryan, and he destroyed Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan with the water. He was chugging water at a left and right. I didn't think a human being would be able to drink so much water at one time. And he beat Paul Ryan. So I'm not underestimating him. It is what it is. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and then later in his answer, he kind of rambled for a little bit. I cut it down. But later in his answer, he said this as well.
Strongly. So I was never a fan of his. But I will say he beat Paul Ryan. It was still years ago, but he beat Paul Ryan pretty badly. And I assume he's going to be somebody that will be a worthy debater. Yeah, I would say. I think okay. I don't want to underestimate him.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Apparently now, after years of insulting Joe Biden, apparently now he's not being underestimated. He's a formidable debater, a real debate opponent, and they're taking it very seriously. So we all see what's happening here. They're lowering the bar for Donald Trump because the Republicans have found themselves in a very bad spot, a spot you do not want to be in politics, where they've said that Joe Biden is so weak, that he's sleepy, he doesn't know what's going on, and thus they have completely lowered the bar for him. If you watch Fox News or you listen to Donald Trump, you think that Joe Biden is like barely awake, right? That he's not there and nothing's going on. That's what you think if you're like your average Republican media consumer. So Republicans have put themselves in this position where their base thinks that Joe Biden is like nothing, right? That he's nobody. So what's going to happen is that Joe Biden's going to actually get up on that debate stage. He's going to be incredibly prepared. He's been doing debate prep for the past week, having mock debates every single day and reviewing policy. He's going to get up on the debate stage and slap Donald Trump around for 90 minutes. That's what's going to happen. Donald Trump hasn't been doing any debate prep. He's certainly gotten worse in recent years when it comes to just like engaging with anybody. So that's what's going to happen. And then all of these Republican viewers of Fox and Donald Trump are going to be like, wait, I thought that Joe Biden was like sleepy. He didn't know what was going. What just happened? Right? It's going to be this moment of shock where they're just like, wait, wow, Joe Biden is actually like pretty great. And when he's on a debate stage, he's in his element. Joe Biden has had like 30 debates. I think the number is 30 in his long political career. This is an experienced guy. This is a guy who's been around. He knows how to get up on a debate stage and debunk his opponent. He knows how to do that. So all these Republicans are going to have a rude awakening tomorrow, and it's going to be Trump and the Republicans' own fault. And all these independent voters as well, who, maybe don't really pay attention to politics. They kind of tune in, every once in a while. They hear Donald Trump making this characterization of Joe Biden. They're going to be shocked as well. All these folks who say that Joe Biden is this, they're just going to have this awakening moment where they're like, wait, so the Republicans were lying? Shock, right? Who could have seen that one coming? So they've just lowered the bar so much, and they're trying to raise it a little bit, but it's just too late. It's just too late. It's already like written in the stars as to what's going to happen. I can't wait to see Joe Biden get up on that debate stage and, do some of this to Donald Trump. And Trump is not the only guy kind of pushing this narrative about Joe Biden, trying to switch the narrative in the media to project him as like actually a really formidable opponent. Kevin McCarthy, former Speaker of the House, Trump stooge, is also doing the same thing. Take a look at what he said on Fox News tonight with Jesse Waters.
Joe Biden. And there's times that he was really engaging. I remember talking to him with Air Force One, coming back from a G7 meeting, and he could tell me all the different meetings he had. He was fully engaged engaged, and the next day I met with him, and it was a totally different Joe Biden talking off cards. So let's not lower expectations. He's going to be prepared, the best he's ever going to be prepared. So what?
Oh, wait, hold on now. Kevin McCarthy has been trying to say that Joe Biden's sleepy for years. Oh, but now he comes home from G7 meetings. He could tell him every single meeting he participated in and that he's not to be underestimated. Oh, it's just quite the shift in tone. And it just seems very timely. Just seems like they're doing it this at a very specific time, trying to switch up the narrative, trying to brace the Republican followers and viewers for what's to come. It just seems like a coordinated effort, you might say, that the Republicans are all trying to now say that Joe Biden is really, really good debater. He's all there. He knows what he's doing. He's not to be underestimated. They all seem like they're doing it kind of in line with each other. It's because they found themselves in this trap. Now, of course, Kevin McCarthy had to walk the line, right? He said, well, Joe Biden could remember every single G7 meeting, but, some days he could only talk by notes, which is, of course, not true. Kevin McCarthy just has to play both sides a little bit. He has to play the Joe Biden's sleepy, the Joe Biden's not sleepy, to, keep the viewers engaged, keep them involved. They love that stuff. It's like red meat for the Trump viewers, the Biden sleepy narrative. So he has to walk the line. But we saw what he just did right there. He's trying to up the bar for Joe Biden, lower it for Donald Trump, so Trump could appear even a little bit presidential. I think that's what their goal is in this debate, just appear a little bit presidential. But that's not going to happen. And Joe Biden's going to be great, and he's going to slap Donald Trump around. And this has been a impending thought for Republicans, so much so that they're kind of also laying the foundation for a last-minute excuse. Get him out of there. We don't want Donald Trump debating. A last-minute excuse to make sure that he doesn't get on that debate stage. And we saw it on Steve Bannon's podcast the other day when he was speaking to a Trump spokesperson. He was speaking to her. And as you can see on your screen right now, you don't need to hear from Steve Bannon, but he said, that if CNN didn't apologize to Trump's spokesperson after she was cut off during an interview while she tried to insult Jake Tapper and the CNN host's colleagues, that, if they don't apologize, Trump should pull out from the debate because they didn't apologize. I mean, we see that for what it is, right? I mean, that's Steve Bannon trying to kind of lay the foundation, a really bad excuse, might I add, kind of lay the foundation for Donald Trump to inevitably pull out of the debate because they know they're in a bad spot right now. And here's the thing. This debate for the Republicans is a lose-lose. There's not a really successful outcome for the Republicans because it's a lose in the sense that, Joe Biden's going to be great. He's going to get up on there and be incredibly prepared. But it's also a lose because Donald Trump won't be, right? He has no idea what he's doing. He is not the same guy who was running in 2016, who was already bad enough. He's not the same guy. He's now the convicted felon, the proven sexual abuser, the proven fraudster, who will be called out for that in front of the entire country. All of the American people are going to see Joe Biden tomorrow night say, this guy is a convicted felon in one way or another. It's just a lose-lose. There's not a single win here for Donald Trump. He can't interrupt. There's no crowd to give him encouragement and whatnot and try to interrupt the productive conversation. I really, truly, in my heart, do not see a successful outcome for the Republicans here. And I think they know that. And I think they're bracing for impact right now. But anyway, I just had to show you these clips of these Republicans panicking right now. They're freaking out over what's to come, and it really is a beautiful sight. So I will leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. I'm excited to see the debate with all of you tomorrow. Make sure to subscribe down below. We're approaching 50,000 subscribers, which is crazy. It would mean a lot if you would do so. Also, drop a like on the video and comment. Let me know what you think about all this and if you think I'm right regarding their panic. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you being here, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.